Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blissfully Unaware podcast for the week of Thursday, July 31st. I am Jon.
And I'm Bobby.
And welcome to our podcast. Lots of stuff going on this week. For one, I know you didn't look up the story, but on the Brooklyn Bridge, some guys, I don't think they've discussed who it is. They had masks whenever they went on it, but they took down the American flags, 2 American flags that were on the Brooklyn Bridge, and replaced them with white flags. What do you think about that?
Sounds like they're a bunch of...
Do you take it as terrorism? Do you take it as a threat?
Well, what's the white flag? White flag is...
Surrender.
Surrender. Surrender what? Surrender your freedom? Surrender, like you said, is it terrorist? What kind of mask were these guys wearing?
I think it was too foggy, and then they cut the power to where they couldn't see them when they were going up, I think. So basically, because it was at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when they were doing this. I don't think they really realized it until like dawn or something.
Did they have weapons and everything?
Mm-mm. I mean, it could be like a...
It could be an extremist group. It could be like, it could be Taliban, and it could be insurgents. You just never know. They could say, okay, this is the start, and it could be a trigger of, certain events. If they're not investigating, then they won't know.
That, or, it could be, just a high school prank. It could be anything.
Exactly. I mean, I haven't heard a lot about it.
No, I only really heard it the one day I looked into it, and there, it shows like the pictures of the thing. And I think I don't know if they like just folded up the flag or if they burned it or what they did with it. But yeah.
Well, if they took it down and replaced that for some other reason, even if it was stupidity, they need to be punished for it.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just disrespect in general. That's American flags are there to represent freedom, and then you replace it with the flag that means surrender.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was weird. What news stories do you got, Bobby?
I just read right now, Seinfeld, why salsa is more popular than ketchup.
It's a good episode, actually.
That is one of I think we talked about this one.
We have, but that hasn't been out yet.
Yeah.
We have a secret podcast that we're keeping from you guys for the week
It's
that
secret.
we know. That's right. And another thing, unfortunately, I was excited about this movie, but unfortunately it's not doing well at the box office. Hercules, behind Scarlett Johansson's, was it Lucy? Yeah, Lucy.
Yes.
Lucy made $44 million, while Hercules only made $29 million.
Makes me want to stick my fingers in my throat and just regurgitate and throw everything up that's in my stomach. It just goes to show you that in the past decade, the the heroines, anything that's going to get the women out to the theater, it's going to do really well.
Like in this picture that I'm looking at that's talking about, Lucy winning, shows Scarlett Johansson. She's chained up. She's holding a gun, but she's holding it in the gangster fashion to the side.
Yeah, like she's really going to shoot somebody like that.
Which, it's an interesting premise of a movie, the Lucy, using 100% of your brain. But I kind of find that's bogus anyway. They say humans only use, 7% of their brain or something?
Right. You also, we talked about this a little bit earlier. It has a lot of star power in the movie. It's got Morgan Freeman,
Scarlett Johansson.
And then she plays an awesome character in the Avengers. And so they know that they're going to get their bang for their buck. And they're like, oh man, a woman, action hero. So
how often has that worked out?
I don't know.
Action hero.
Okay, so Tomb Raider.
That's the only one I can really think of.
The first one did well, but the second one bombed.
Yeah.
But here you go. Look at all the Resident Evil franchise. You have Mila Jovovich as the heroine in all those movies.
I've only seen the first one of the Resident Evils. No, I've seen the second one as well. Yeah, the second one's the one with Nemesis.
You know, it goes up and down, but as a franchise as a whole,
been pretty good.
It's brought in a lot of money. I mean, they're coming out with
made a lot of money. Yeah,
they're coming out with another one. I really can't think of an action heroine, but of course, I mean, guess who we're leaving out? Sigourney Weaver.
Oh yeah,
Ripley.
Aliens. That's true.
She started it all. You know, she started the wave, the era of the female heroine.
See, they need to make a new one with her in it. Think they will?
Ah, man, I don't know.
Did you see Prometheus?
I did.
It was a good movie.
But see, a lot of people don't like it because they, you know. It was a long movie too.
To me, movies have also been going into the fad of. It seems like a lot of movies are about 20 minutes too long. Am I right? Like,
I agree.
Put in that extra, for the DVD, extended edition, whatever. But whenever you go to the theater, you don't want to sit down for 2.5 to 3 hours. It's very rare that, you'd want to go to a theater and watch something like that. Unless they had nice comfy seats.
Honestly, I think the last Transformers that just came out,
it was way too long. It was a good 30 minutes too long, right?
I think a lot of people are we're both movie gurus, and a lot of movies that I know that's over 2 hours, I'm not going to go to the theater to watch them.
No, it's very rare that I would want to watch a movie that long, period. There's certain directors that I know that, okay, everything that they have that's in the final cut needs to be there. Like a Quentin Tarantino movie, I think every scene that he puts in there needs to be in there. So a lot of his movies run about 2.5 to 3 hours.
Well, with Quentin, he's the mad scientist. He's not one of those that's going to throw a script together and just plug in a dialogue scene or plug in something just to fill in time. He's dedicated every ounce of energy to make sure the dialogue's perfect and that it's going to be something of epic proportions. Just like
and the thing with Quentin, like you were saying, all of his stuff is mostly dialogue, stuff that's pushing the story, as opposed to Michael Bay, when most of his movie is explosion, 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 explosion.
Yeah,
and then a little bit of story sprinkled in there for good luck.
So Quentin's well known for his stories, and then Bay, of course, is going to be known for his action and everything.
Yeah, which, when you think about it, to me that's not directing, that's just going out with with a fire team to make it, do that. And half of the explosions aren't even real. It's CG.
It's how much money will this studio give me to go boom boom?
Because I didn't get it the 4th of July I wanted as a kid.
So he goes in there with the script, and it's just not even a script, say a treatment. Say it's a 5-page treatment, and it's for Transformers. He says, here's what I got. I need $300 million, and I'm going to make the script happen, if you know what I mean.
And the thing is, people eat it up. Well, you saw how much it made at the box office.
His track record's in the billions, so I mean, of course the studio's going to say, "Oh, here you go, Bay," and if they don't give him enough, he's going to front it, and he's going to get it in the back end.
Is it wrong of me to not really have liked much of his movies?
A lot of people don't. My buddy Rich, he hates Michael Bay and will not watch anything Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Nothing. I think the only movies that he's watched of Michael Bay were Bad Boys 1 and 2. And
I really liked the first Bad Boys. I didn't much like the second one.
Okay, so here we go. The second one was good, but it was that movie was 2 hours and 20 minutes long, if I remember.
Yeah, and like I said, about cut 30 minutes to that. I'll be fine.
I think that 20 minutes. I think that movie should have been a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
But the third act was 50 minutes long. It seemed like.
Damn. Just drug out too long. But ladies and gentlemen, that's news for the week. We'll be right back with more Blissfully Unaware with a little bit of what we like to call trivia.
Trivia.
We'll be right back.